Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Monday live stream, wing live stream. I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe renaming that series. Just feel like I don't want to get too stuck on the wing thing, but this is mainly what I'm about right now. So let's call it wing live stream. Hi guys, welcome to wing live stream. As you can see, I changed a lot of thing. For my live stream game this week. I did a new intro, new outro that you will see at the end. Also, I did program some stuff like my intro change, my background music right now. Hi, Stefan. Welcome. Can you guys just confirm me that my background music is working? Because I didn't try it out. Rolf DC, good to see you, man. As always, one of the always there guys. Thank you. Stefan also. You guys aren't like regular here, right? So just let me know that you guys hear the background music, like my smooth reading track, and I'm not the only one hearing it in my headphone. That would be weird. But it would not be the first time, so that I'm doing some weird stuff on stream. Hey, Rob. It's still 1 p.m. here. I'm not drinking yet. I know in Europe it's a little later. It's like 6, 7-ish. Maybe. I used to have on my screen a clock of Paris. Just to give me an idea. It's 7 in Paris right now, so give me an idea that what time it is for you guys. Hear the music? Good. If it's too loud, let me know. How was your weekend, guy? Before I jump in the subject, 7 p.m. Yeah, it's late for you guys. The day just began here. Most of the time I wake up around noon anyway, so. Hey, Tom. It's been a long time since I've seen you around. What's up? Good to have you back. Oh, by the way, I got the MIDI thing working now, so I can, from the console, switch. And also, I'm going to give you guys a quick tour of my setup. I found on Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace, whatever you want to call it, a screen that was to be giveaway for free. This is an old 4.3 screen that somebody had in his basement for a long time, and he was just giving it away. So I said, hey, I can use that for the chat. I can have my main mixing station, my main computer, where it is on my desk, and have a really bad small screen. Like I think this is like a 15-inch screen. I can have a 15-inch screen to watch the chat. It's fine. So I just put it in front of my console and I can see you guys. So I don't work around for an hour and then you guys say something that I'm doing wrong in the chat and go like, huh. So right now I see your message right away. It's a good thing. Speaking of thing that I didn't see right away, I'm really glad that I have some pro user with me. In the last update, somebody pointed out, actually I was listening to Blue Sono, just to give you an idea, it's the guy who first released the video about putting a Dente card himself in the wing. He was doing a live stream today, and he pointed out some stuff about the user interface that he said were not there before firmware 11. So maybe it was forgetting the release note, but hold on, let me show you this. He was on setup. Oh, I got no music on this scene, right? Nah, it's fine. I'm sure you guys can live with it. Um, he's over in setup, and in this section right here, he pointed out some stuff that I think were not there before, but I don't really remember. So if you guys can point me out on that. The double click home thing, I don't remember seeing that before. And there were something else. He was not the first. Oh, yeah. I see what you mean, Tom. I probably read that somewhere too. But is there anything else that you guys have noticed that is not there? It was not in the firmware release, if you get what I mean. It was not there, but don't really mind that. I mean, honestly, I know the guy over at Behringer Music Tribe working really hard on that console. They're doing the firmware update. They released some good stuff. And I just want to point out this is maybe a feature that was not there. So for those of you watching who don't know what we're talking about, if you select a channel, right now I just press select one time the physical select knob, and if I select again, will bring you up to the home view of that channel. Really cool thing, really good for the user workflow, but I don't know. It was not there before. This is what basically Tom is saying. So thank you for pointing that out, Tom. What else? I think, is it the source on Scribble that was not there too? You only had access to, not there. Screen follow channel strip. I don't know if the whole section was not there or just those function. Honestly, I didn't play around a lot with all those feature. I mean, okay, let me get back to this with the backing track. And also my name popping in the bottom. Yeah, forget about that. Okay. When I'm mixing, this is not the kind of stuff that I'm using. I mean, oh, you talking about the Dente card? Sorry. Yeah. Can you do me a refresh on that, Tom, if you don't mind? You can also send me a private message on Facebook. I'm pretty sure we've already talked there, but I don't know who said first about the Dente card, but yeah, it ring a bell when you say it. But I was about to say, yeah, all those new features, this is not something that will impact the way I mix shows. I'm gonna say it plain out loud. Some people hate me because I'm doing those live streams and I just said I don't know something and they're laughing. They try to pull me down. They send me private message, said that I'm a fraud. I don't know what I'm talking about. There were some better console with Dente. Maybe. Maybe some people here have beta console, the first batch. With I think I can say that the first batch of some console had a different wing logo on the top right. Maybe I can ask some friend and have a picture of that if it's fine to show the pre-production, or it's probably on Google somewhere. But yeah. Sorry, where I was going. Basically, some people just like to roast me because I don't know my way around like some stuff, like the control solo select that. Sorry, gotta put that here. Like the control solo select thing. Honestly, this is cool feature. This is life improvement, quality of life improvement stuff. But it's not gonna change the way I mix things. And to me, being a live guy, doing some studio work now because, 2020. This is cool stuff, but if it doesn't change the way I mix shows or band, to me, it always comes second. So, debatable if you think that I'm an idiot, just leave that channel. I mean, you probably won't have fun here. A lot of people are joining. Actually, I'm getting close again to 300 subs. To me, this is really good. I'm not expecting to be like one of those millions of subscriber channel on YouTube because we're doing something that is so niche, console. I mean, if you're watching my channel right now, basically you probably own a wing, probably enjoy watching people talking about it, or need help working around your wing. You need some stuff. So I'm going to guess you're a beginner to mid-range user or really experienced. I know Dream Hamster Production, or Rob, like I know him, is a really experienced user, and he has a lot of knowledge, and he like to hang out. Welcome. If all of you guys want to hang out like that, really cool. Sorry, it's just bothering me so much to hearing my voice. I'm just going to start my sound check and have some background music. Oh yeah, feels better. And I'm just going to turn down my fake snare and fake kick. Something that I still need to do a video about. Really cool trick that I've learned over the year to improve your mixed sound live. So here we go. So background music. I'm not getting nuts just hearing myself. Okay. So let's go back to where we were set up. A lot of cool stuff that will help my life, but so far nothing game changing when it comes to mix. Something that is game changing, not really to mix, but that will improve my result, is the speaker simulator, the speaker manager. I was about to say speaker simulator. This is a totally different thing. Speaker manager. This thing is great. Not a lot of people think about this manager as something that you can use on an input, but the more and more I think about it, the more and more I will probably use that on some input. I know some people will go like, why would you want that plugin on? Why do you want that plugin on an input? I would say, honestly, to process vocal and set your vocal in a range somewhere. I can probably do a lot of things. I don't have any vocal right now on my session, but I mean, if we look at this as a channel processing, you have a really good EQ that is probably linear phase. You have a dynamic EQ, and you have a limiter on like a single insert. Rob here just said loud guitar. Yeah, loud guitar. If you on loud guitar, what I do sometimes is cut them off, cut the top off. Maybe 2K is a little low, but most of the time I put a high cut. I was about to say low pass, but it's the same thing. A high cut and a low pass is the same thing, just two different ways to say it. I put a high cut on my guitar and I put low cut on my guitar. So let's say I'm go totally by preset here. If I were to do a guitar with this plugin, I would cut down the lows, maybe have a little more heavy of a curve here. Turn it down just a little bit. There's not much happening on a guitar under 90 Hertz, and there's not much happening on a guitar amp after 12K. Some people live to cut on the brightness of the guitar, cut it down to 9 or even 6K. Depending on what you're doing, I would say use your ear. Your ear know what sounds good. You know what sounds good, so use that. But this is something really like that would make a lot of sense on a guitar. And also dynamic EQs for your guys who are doing really heavy palm mute and those like really heavy chugging stuff. You probably want to cut down on the low end. So maybe do, I don't know, having a bandpass to around, maybe, then do I need to turn it on? Oh, EQ on. Yeah, maybe do something like this around 160. That will clamp down on your guitar when they go there. They go that heavy stuff. If you mixing Michigan, probably go a little lower, but you can probably even out your guitar like that. And a limiter, let's just say that you want to absolutely limit your guitar. Maybe not, but I don't know. Just make sure that the solo preset of the guitar player don't explode your head off because he set his master 9 dB louder than his rhythm gain. You could probably limit that as an extreme cutoff point. But you know, it's usable. I could see a use of that plugin on more stuff. On a kick drum, if you really want to adjust where in the low end your bass drum is going, maybe not use the low pass, but maybe use the tilt EQ and bring that down to, let's say, 50, 54. You could do that. That maybe not the dynamic EQ that much, but I'm pretty sure you put that through a kick drum. Actually, we can try it because I have a bass drum here. Let's go right there. Let's listen to that just for fun. Let's go with just a kick. Maybe too much of a tilt EQ here. Or, you know what? Maybe I can turn down some mid here. I'm doubling the EQ, but let's say just for fun. Yeah, maybe not my favorite plugin, but definitely something usable and definitely taking care of that low end. If you want to really like clicky Slipknot bass drum, I mean, going something like this, that will work. It's not played that way, but that kind of EQ-ish will work. So, I don't know. Maybe you don't have to use that, just use regular EQ, and that will do the trick. I just want to cover everything about firmware 11, so I'm just going to check here. I covered the ohm, I covered the source. Can you guys see it? No, but basically on your console, on your display, it shows out the source of your channel on or off. I don't know if it was there or not, but I know this is something that I would turn on and leave on because I like to know where I'm looking at my channel what's on the other end of the snake. You know, is it input 1 of my snake right now? I'm having my card. Yeah, Tom, you can even use it as a speaker processor. In all seriousness, I need to do a video about that and explain what are the use of this. Because the first thing that came to my mind when people said speaker processor was like, okay, good. It's good for people who still have passive kit with amplifier. It's gonna work. It will replace their crossover. It will replace their crossover, but you can also use that on active speaker that has processing. Source unscribe is old. Sorry. Or maybe it was there and the option to turn it off was not there. I don't remember. But yeah, you could use probably the speaker manager on active kit. Like even if your system has a built-in crossover, you can actually play around with it. It's not because you're, let's say I'm gonna think about something like where I work or used to when we had shows. We had an old this kit is 5 years old, but I'm saying like it's old, sorry. We had an RCF, the HDL20. HDL20 has a built-in crossover from the sub to the top, and it has some kind of processing already inside of it. But that box is far from being perfect. You can use a speaker manager to make it better or to fit it to your environment. A PA doesn't sound the same if it's inside, outside, the way it's rigged, the number of box per side. Even if the HDL20 has some preset in the back, nothing say that you can't make it better with something like the speaker manager. Seriously, I mean, every time I go out with that kit, I can EQ it. Most of the time, I'm turning down the high frequencies, so maybe something like this, because I'm not afraid to cut anything over 15K. Even sometimes lower, because, well, when I'm speaking right now, do you hear any kind of 15K out of my voice? Probably not. There is not a lot of instrument music wise that produce those frequencies. Of course, there are some harmonics. If you want detail in your mix, you need the high end. But 15K, I mean, everybody over like 40 doesn't hear 15K, or most of them, because your ear with time just don't hear as much highs anymore. So after time, it's just part of being old. You lose your high end definition. Your genetic will affect the way of the speed that it goes at. Your genetic will affect the speed of that thing going down, but it will. So if I'm mixing for old people, like I don't know how life is for most of you guys in Europe, but here in Canada, we have what I call the Festival of Camping Chair in parks, mostly. People get together, put their camping chair there, and it's mostly sitting show with smooth artist or acoustic shows in park all week long. I used to do that every Tuesday in the park in one of the city near me, and it was small band, 16.5K. Yeah, you don't hear up to 20 anymore. So, you know, the older you are, and probably the less you train it, your eye hand disappears. So if you are mixing for old people, yeah, cut down on the lows, because, you know, I'm gonna try to verbalize it that way. At some point, I think, could be wrong, I did not study that, but I think your ears are kind of acting like this. You will lose some IN, so you will have, your brain will put more emphasis on low N. And old people tend to don't like everything that rumbles. Everything that physically make stuff rumble, they don't like that. I don't know if it's something that they learned from listening to vinyl back in the day when you had too much low end on the vinyl. After some point, your needle will start to jump, so it was not good. It was not desirable. I grew up in the 90s, mostly 2000. We had CD with anti-skip, so low end was not. I mean, I grew up whipping myself of 30 hertz in one of my friend's basement. His dad has a really cool disco kit with, I remember, 215 subs, and we were just cranking 90s dance when I was a kid with that. But low end to me was not a problem. I still hear my low end really well, actually better than my high ends. Another story. But it's genetic on my end. My lows are just like super accurate. I don't know why. This is also another topic that I need to cover. I need to, if anybody here know or have somebody who knows a doctor, I don't know how to phrase it in English, but a doctor of your ears, somebody that knows stuff around the human ears, I want to have him for an interview because I discovered something with a bass player. Me and him were hearing lower pitch. I don't know how to say it, but we were listening to basically a synth bass, and I don't remember exactly which key, but at some point, me and the whole band in the room, we were 6. Actually, 4, the band, me, and the manager of the band. We were listening to that for fun, and at some point, when we reached a certain note, only me and the bass player were hearing the definition in pitch between all those notes. And actually, I've lost the pitch at the higher range faster because we start to crank the piano after that. But in the last octave, I'm having a harder time telling what the exact pitch is. But if you go on the lower stuff, like let's say it's probably not hit, but the last octave of a piano, me and the bass player knew the definition between the notes. We were hearing the definition between the notes, and the rest of the band were like, it's just a blur of low end. So I don't know. I need to ask somebody who's take care of human here about that. I want to have the answer on why me and the bass player were hearing that, and why I lost the pitch in the higher range. If anybody put it in contact with me. Anyway, also something that I want to ask you guys. If you let me grab my phone here, I had a really good question from TJ this week. Let me read that. Sorry, guys. He said about firmware 11, still missing the DCA spill, which is present and working on the older X32 mixer. Can we please have DCA spill? I want to know. I want you guys to give me your opinion. Do you think the DCA is something that's missing on the wing? Well, DCA spills, so. What's going on here? Okay. I just lost my chat. It's fine. I'm still alive. So I want to have your opinion. Do you think the DCA spill is something that needs to be to the wing. Honestly, because of the user interface is so... It can be so custom. Interesting thing from Rob here, because speaking about my ear thing, because your ear brain recognizes certain element of your own instrument. I'm not a bass player. I'm a guitar player. So I don't know why I always felt like I was hearing low end better than some people. Maybe it's genetic. This is my guess here. So I don't know. This is why I want to ask a professional, because I can talk out of my whatever all day, but no. DCA spill is a feature request list. Nice to have DCA spill, but there's a lot of things that I miss more. Okay, Tom, I'm curious to ask, what do you miss? Honestly, the more and more I talk with professional and you guys, the more and more I'm learning that I'm really good to use the tool that I have. And unless something is really missing, like a feature that I had on a console before that I can't find a workaround, now I want that feature. But honestly, if I needed to mix any band on the wing right now, I can probably do it, and I don't feel any handicap from the board. Of course DCA spill will be a good thing, but I don't feel like it's missing from me. I can, with the amount of layer and the quick access to all the layer with one knob away, I don't feel like I miss it. But I'm curious, Tom, what else do you think is still missing? I don't want to start a debate. I'm just curious of what you think is missing. So, yeah. DCA spill. Okay, I get it. Scene management. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. Scene management is really something that needs to be expand on, because so far it's working if you are a rock and roll guy like me. You just load one show and just go with it. Yeah, the console is usable. You can do a show. You could also have like 40 scene and just recall that, or do some channel recall. But yeah, from Jose, is it Spanish? Is it Jose? In French we would say Jose. But yeah, PC editor, really definitely something that needs to appear at some point. I'm gonna guess here that the new Mac are causing a little delay on that, because as much as I like my Mac, and I think Apple did a good job with the M1 chip, it will be an adaptation time for all the new apps because the new processor. So I don't know if people at Music Tribe or Behringer are waiting for having an editor that will be working on all the platforms, so on Linux, Windows and PC, Windows and Mac, Linux, Windows and Mac. Buh. Sorry guys, my coffee is not kicking in today. But if they are waiting for a PC editor that will be compatible with all, for offline edit, if they're waiting for one version to be able to work on all the platform, it could delay that a little bit. But okay, I see what you guys kind of want. Scene management, PC editor. I get it. PC editor, I get it if you don't have a console. If you do have a console, you can just put it on a console. it will work. Other than that, any other suggestion for Behringer for things to really change like really fast? I mean, the crossover thing, the speaker management thing is a feature that I know was requested a long time ago to me. I don't know. I had also something else that somebody request me. Hold on. Need to find my YouTube comment. More function on Copilots. Honestly, I didn't use Copilot yet because as we speak, I don't have an iPad. I just give mine away to my girlfriend because my iPad, it was a Mini 4, and the battery was not holding long enough for me to do a 3-hour show with it. Well, I could put off a show, but I couldn't pull off a show in a sound check. I was for the last song, I was running for a plug somewhere to finish mixing the song. So to me, it was a no-go. I'm waiting for the new iPad to come out. I think in a month or tomorrow. It's actually tomorrow. Apple would release some stuff at their event tomorrow. So as soon as that is released, I will look for the new iPad. Maybe an iPad Pro. I don't know. I don't use all those features. I like the idea of having an iPad Pro, but I don't use those features at all. Or maybe because I bought a screen with a USB-C, so I could maybe plug it in and have a second screen. Also, yeah, maybe not using. I don't know. I will figure out something. From Ralph DC, Copilot lost the demo mode in the last version. I didn't know. Like I said, I never use it. Even if I had the opportunity to use it a lot. Yeah. Like I said, my iPad didn't cut it, and I think the console here is on the router, but no, didn't happen. Sorry. This is also why I'll be honest here. I had access to the beta of Copilot, and I'm not doing it because first I don't want to leak any information and get kicked out, and also because I try to do a video at least every week, even more than that. So to me, running in and out of current version, beta version doesn't make any sense to me. Like I said, I don't want to leak any information. So just to confirm, yes, Tom said that's right because of incompatibility with new version. I don't know. From Rob here, does the Copilot work on the M1 iPad compatibility? M1, as far as I understand, is not iPad. M1 is the new Mac chip. So how can I explain that? Even if it's the same kind of processor, iPad OS, the operating system, will be different than the one on the Mac. So for now. I know Apple said that they won't put it together, but eventually your Mac will become touch or will just disappear. It will be an iPad with a flip keyboard, basically like a laptop, but smaller. So this is my guess for the future, where everything will be touchscreen with a keyboard. Question here from Stefan. Will be nice if you could switch the low. Yes, actually. This is something that Stefan told me about this week. Sorry, guys. In a private message. Apparently, on Copilot, can you guys see my screen right there? Yes. Apparently, on Copilot, hold on. Let me get back to my main views. There we go. Now I see what I'm doing. Apparently on the Copilot, if you click on the I shelf and the low shelf, you can change those to be PEQ. I don't know if it's only a user interface problem on the console, if it's just not, if the function is not available on the console, but apparently on iPad you can do it. And with also all those extra tool filter and stuff like that, that honestly I've never used, so I'm not gonna dive too much into that. But yeah, low shelf and high shelf could become a just full 6 parametric on iPad as we speak. I'd be curious, Stefan, if you, let me ask you, if you set it up on the iPad, do the console turn, like, do you see it on the console if you turn it on from the iPad? Or on the console, it remains just a 6 low shelf? And if you can actually change it on the iPad, how is the screen here is looking? Like, is it looking like, is it looking like you just take your shelf and do something like this, even if it's a PEQ? Really curious to ask you that. Press the, say that again, Rob. I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Stefan, does it change on the console? And Rob, let me know how you would do that. Because if you press the COG wheel, what's the COG wheel? That's my first. Okay, that's my PEQ. Icon says shelf, but it's a PEQ, so you have the extra parameter. You have basically the Q parameter that is added. So can I? Stupid stuff, but can I do this? No. Huh. There you go. I needed to ask somebody who actually know what he's doing. If you press the setting wheels, Stefan, you can do it. I'm running now a parametric. So, okay. It's not really a hidden feature, but I can see. And is it per channel or is it... Okay, it's probably per channel. Yeah, even if it says here low and highs, it says PEQ instead of shelving. Okay. So I'm gonna sound stupid and ask you guys, was it there all along? Did I just not know about that? Let's go for another turn today. I'm having fun. So, there you go, Stefan. We just needed to connect the dot together. User interface wise, I think it will be fun to have that. Was there from the bird? Okay. User interface wise, I think it should be like, it should be an option that pop up in the bottom, because it's a little far. If you don't know, well, yeah, if you know what you're looking for, it's always easier. But this is probably the kind of thing that I would not know until a long time. So for those of you who just discover it, cool. I need to do a video about it then. I think a lot of people, you don't understand the question. Okay, I will recap for Tom and everybody else watching. Stefan asked me this week on Facebook if there was a way to change the PEQ, actually change a low shelf here to PEQ, because you can do it easily on iPad, and he didn't know how to do it on the console. I actually didn't know either that it was an option on the top here. It's honestly, I think this is a hidden feature. Like, it's not hidden because it's not hidden anymore because I know it's there. But go into the setting here of my EQ. I will be looking more for the RTA stuff, and the color. Okay, you can actually change the color. I didn't know about that. You can make it red. Okay, cool. The RTA is red now. I like it blue. But honestly, yeah, I think user interface wise, I would put it as an option under the first knob here. Like on a PEQ, or actually, you know what, the last band here could also be that. I don't know if any of you guys want to suggest it in the suggestions spot, or otherwise I will. I think just for user interface, it's not... If you don't know it's there, you probably will never find it into setting. You will not think about going into setting. It should be a feature that is more upfront, I think. From there, I'm not the one who's designing the console. I just give my honest opinion about things. And that's how I get in trouble. No. I just give my honest opinion about it, and if it changed, good. If it doesn't, well, I've tried. There is a feature request. Thank you. I didn't know it was there. So thank you, Rob, if you did it. Other than that, I don't know. Anything else? Any cool feature that I've missed that you guys... No. Hello. Do you get example channel profile setting? Hi, Andrew. Andrew Jeffries. Can you rephrase that question for me? You talking about preset, basically? Do you get example channel profile setting? Preset? Well, for somebody last week, I did him some preset for his stuff, because there's no factory preset. But you could do preset, but honestly, preset never work for me, because preset will work if you are running the same mic, same type of stuff, you know. I could build you a preset for a SM58. If I'm looking at the spec of a SM58, I know the EQ, the general EQ curve, because not two of those mics sound exactly the same. I know the general EQ curve of those. I know that I can put a low cut on it if you are using vocals, so I can put a low cut to 100 if I want to. I can also set up a compressor, but yeah, with the X32 you got some user preset. Yeah, but like I said, it doesn't work. Presets are never like... This is... Okay. Preset never work because they have to be built on something, and that something is not the source that you'll have. You're way better listening with your ear and try to get where you want to go by doing whatever you need. Yeah, from Andrew said yes, they're thoughts they were a good starting point. Yes and no, because sometimes I would say 50, it's a 50-50. Sometimes it's a good starting point, and sometimes it will throw you off. And it will limit your thinking into saying that, oh, a bass drum. Okay, you know what? I'm going to build one right now. Never on earth, before I had a Bayer Dynamic D71D, I would have cut at 6 dB at 1.5K in a bass drum. If I were to build a preset for a bass drum, I would probably do something like this. I would say, oh, okay, bass drum, so it needs bass. So I'm gonna boost something like this. I'm gonna take out the mids, and I'm gonna make it sound like the Black Album from Metallica and crank it like that. If we listen to this, okay, not a bad example. It doesn't sound that bad. But if honestly I were to EQ that bass drum, this is not what I would do. So what I suggest you is take a mental note of how you want your kick to sound and try to work that way. The preset should be basically in your brain. Like say, oh, what I want to achieve, where I want to go with that bass drum is have like maybe, I don't know, I'm giving out an example that I like is the Black Album. The Black Album from Metallica sounds really good. I'm a heavy metal fan. I like it. I like the way that bass drum is big. I like the clickiness of it. Try to make it sound like that. And to make it sound like that, on some bass drum, you would need to crank it like this. And give a little more high even. Go something crazy. If the bass drum itself has no clickiness, or if the bass drum itself has no low end, you would need to boost it like crazy. It's it's a really case-per-case scenario. So this is why preset doesn't work. And also, Tom also added, it depends if you need it for live or studio. Yes, it's right. I used to only do live sound for a living. And when I came home in 2020, doing only internet stuff like this, or doing studio project for fun with my friends, with my band that doesn't tour, I've relearned how to mix. Because live in a PA, I'm going to use that new feature just for fun. Live in a loud PA, I could do this on a bass drum and do this to make it sound good live into 20 double 18 subs. If my PA is not tuned right and I don't have access to the speaker management system, the crossover, the processing, the whatever. If I needed to do this to make it sound good in that PA, I'd never care how it would sound in your car, in your headphone. Nobody was listening to that other than through the PA, and it was sounding fine. Studio work is a totally different game. You have to think. Actually, I'm still learning how to mix in my room to make it sound good everywhere else. This is a completely different minding. I need also to do a video about that, how live sound and studio is two different worlds and different challenges, and listening to a mix at 110 dB with subs that will physically push you back. It's not the same thing as listening to it in your car. Even the same mix. And also, this is why I don't tune my PA with CD recording anymore. because they don't represent. They don't really represent what your band will deliver dynamic-wise. We have way more dynamic live, and also when it's time to add reverb and effect to vocal, I can go, especially if I'm outside in a festival or touring with a band that I know. Totally different thing. I can go totally crazy with reverb and delay if I'm outside in a really big place, because your brain will adapt. It will make sense to your brain to have your lead singer sounding as big as the field that you're in. But if you do that on a record, it sounds like I don't want to sound racist at all by saying this, but it's gonna sound like a cheap Chinese karaoke, when they have too much reverb. I know this is cliche, but I'm going for cliche here. It's gonna sound like a cheap karaoke. So you don't want that, because you don't want preset, because it's always a 50% chance to hit or miss. So, fair question to ask, Andrew. I mean, if you are, I'm gonna guess you're a beginner if you want to have preset. It's a fair question, but I would say learn the hard way. Make your stuff sound good for what you have, and ask out some stuff. I mean, honestly, okay, I'm gonna do a shameless plug here. I don't think my friend Suka is here, but he basically booked me a session to work on his wing, and he asked me out about some stuff, and I built him some preset for some of his song. So, shameless plug here. If anybody need personal one-on-one help, where we can talk over a video call, I'm available to rent. Let's just say it out that way. I don't want to put too much emphasis on that, because I don't want to sell myself here. I want to say that this thing exists. If you want to book me for a private session, one-on-one session, I'm doing this. But I don't want to spend too much time talking about the fact that I want to make money for a living. Not here. If you want to hire me for a job, you got my email. If you want to hire me for a private session, you got my email. And I'm going to stop it right there. But Andrew, if you need, you know what, Andrew? Because you asked this, I'm gonna be cool with you, and I don't want to. I feel like you left a little disappointed here. Hit me up in private. Hit me on Facebook, and I will build you some preset for free, for fun. I don't mind spending 20 to 15 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes or even half an hour with you. I'm gonna help you out building your own preset, because I've built myself some preset before, like when I was mixing in a bar. I knew what my PA was capable of delivering. I had my stuff like preset on the board. It was an analog board back in the day, but I was building myself some, like, I know it's gonna be there. I know a SM58 in this room, that SM58, because I'm having the same one as the lead vocal for everybody every night. It sounds totally crazy when I'm saying it out loud now in 2021. But yeah, everybody was using the same microphone. Nobody cared about virus or getting sick or the flu or whatever. Yeah, I always found it disgusting, but now it makes more sense. But yeah, I was using the same microphone at the same place, and most of the time in front of the same Marshall cab every night. And pretty much the only thing that was changing in my rig was my drum, because every band was bringing their own drums when I was doing bar, and at some point I was running GDX for guitar, the radial GDX boxes. They're the red box with that is basically a speaker simulation. Honestly, now if you ask me, I don't think they sound that good, but it sometimes was better than the cab that I had the mic, so pick your battle there. yeah, I was building myself some preset for that. And once I got my first Yamaha was it an O2R? It was an O2R, the gray one, the big, huge gray one. Like, the console was pretty much the same size as the wing, but it was 16 input and 8 output. Really huge thing and way bigger. Actually, it was the same size as the wing, but the other way around. And that was a green and black screen with 16 input. And I was lucky I had 2 dynamics per channel, so I was able to have a gate and a compressor. I was building those presets because it was a time saving, and I was only adjusting for the instrument. I was only accounting for the instrument. I knew, like I said, what my PA was able to deliver in my room. So in this case, you can build preset, but other than that, if I just like imagine that I have a bass drum and put out something, yeah, no, not working. Pancho Par, thank you. Anybody else have any other question, topic, stuff that I should look out? I'm always open to check out some stuff. Like the PEQ thing, I'm so happy that I've learned that today, and I'm so happy that I can share it with some of you guys. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, Rob, for the tips. It's in the setting wheels. I would never have looked there for that. Sorry, I just make sure that I'm still online. Sometimes my internet is just crapping on me. So, Source Solo, Rob, you're killing me, man. I didn't have time to check it, honestly, because I've spent so much time on actually getting my MIDI thing working back. Because right now I can switch my scene with the console, and I also have this one just for fun. So I'm loving this one with my name in the bottom and the music. It's great. From Rolf DC, do you have any luck with the loop of the recording on the SD card? No, I didn't check it out. I feel so bad. I feel so bad, man. No, I didn't check it out. I'm sorry. I need to do that. Actually, what I did this week is finding a way to have this going. I have my new intro because... Okay, personal note here. When you start a YouTube channel, you don't know how much you have to learn about Photoshop. I never used Photoshop before I had this channel. I never used After Effects to create all those, that border around the screen, that live, that live thing. I had it animated before. Loop stopped working for me. Okay, well, I would need to investigate that. May I ask, was it since the new firmware came out? Maybe something broke there. Can check it out. But actually, yeah, I was saying that learning a lot about production stuff, video stuff. I started that thing with my phone 2 years ago. Actually, 1 year ago. Beginning of 2020, when lockdown came in, I started that channel with my phone and learn about camera, learn about everything. So I'm spending a lot of time learning about my craft here, and I feel like I'm learning something totally new. And I'm also need to learn the console that is totally new for me, and the interface that is deeper and deeper and deeper. So yeah, this is the kind of thing that I overlook, man. I'm sorry. I know, Rolf, you give me a lot of good tip so far. I know you've been a long-time follower of the channel. I appreciate that. Actually, everybody who's commenting and here's with me today, thank you very much. You guys are the push that make me go in every Monday and that I'm doing video. I know I need to catch up. I know I'm not catching up fast enough, but I want to up my production game so that those videos are actually good to watch. So yeah, I just try to catch up here in life. You know, I got a house. I need to. I'm gonna bring you guys to my home. I need to put framing out on that door. I know it's not straight, you know. I built that wall crooked because even if I did it with a level, it was crooked. My level was not good. So I built the house crooked of a couple degree because, I don't know, I had a bad level. I need to keep up with that. Need to keep up with the girlfriend, but we've been together 5 years now, so. Anyway, personal note, period. I'm done with that. Pancho was asking about the Dente card inside of the wing. I don't have any update. I know I did a video, viewers comment a couple weeks ago, saying that it will come in May. And the first batch will come by plane in May. Second batch, I'm guessing, is going to be by boat at the end of June. So I'm going to guess they will leave the factory at the same time. One travel at a really high cost and the other one float at a really low cost for shipping. So expect that. I know there is some stuff in the workaround for the installation of those cards. Do not install the card yourself. That will it will totally void your warranty. Don't open the console. Wait for it. I don't know if it's going to be an extra of tech time to do it, but wait for it. It's coming. If you really need Dentate that bad, get an external card. That will get you going. I'm not going to recommend you to do anything else for now. But let's say if you got your hand on the Dentate card, I'm not going to go there. Sorry. So yeah, Tom said no info at the moment. Wait, guys, it's coming. Be patient. The world has to recover from what happened a year ago. The impact of there was so many small impact on the production of everything. This is what we're living now. It's just a wave, you know. It's like those tsunami. It's a small wave in the ocean that start and it gets bigger until it reaches the coast. Right now, yeah, the wave is getting bigger, and at some point it's gonna land, and everything will be fine. But just wait, please. Another comment here from Rolf DCE. It was not simple to get the lube to work on previous version, but it stopped working. Okay, so it's a 1.11 thing. Maybe they tried to fix something else and it stopped working. But actually, I'm looking at my console. I'm gonna go back to my console view here. And I'm going to start that. I remember, Rolf, it was something to do with the markers. But, actually, Rob, if you want to have fun, we can try to do this over Facebook in a private set, and I will check out with you how to do that, because I need to learn it too. Want to learn how to do it and have my background music looping, because I'm tired to have it reset every half an hour, because I only did a half an hour of that. Okay, well, I think if we don't have any more questions, that will be it for today. I will probably go outside and should I do a video or should I finish my door? Okay, I think we're gonna learn something together right now then. With Ralph. He said to set the marker. Well, you know what? I'm gonna delete my markers first. Now I start with a clean session. I don't get what that is, Rob. Oh, he said the door. Don't do a video, finish your door. Honestly, I don't know. I still need to do some plaster, some wall plaster around it, so this is why it's not finished. So, I don't know, man. I need to have fun or have fun. This is really a strange, this is really a strange thing to decide. Should I have fun doing my woodworking around the house, or should I just have fun with my console? It's a good thing because life is fun. Actually, Rolf, if you can help me out with some stuff here. Well, I'm gonna try to do it now. I'm just discovering stuff and I'm not reading anything, or I'm just checking out. So right now the loop. Oh, if Tom says that the audio loop is working, or the loop is working, I'm gonna guess it's working. If Tom or Rob don't mind explaining it to me, because I didn't check it since a long time. If you guys don't mind explaining it to me, I will do a video about it once I learn it. But I'm gonna guess it has something to do with putting some point here and there. And I'm gonna try to do this. I'm gonna try to add another one. I'm gonna do loop. Is it loop? Can I do this? Play loop. Will it loop? Emery slipped. Can I? No, it doesn't work like that. If I close this, can I do this? Play in loop. I think I got it. This is gonna come back. Oh, it's working. Okay. Oh, it's not that hard. I just need to go in here, set your marker in and out, and once you go back to the player, set your mode to be loop or playback, and it will just loop out. You need to be tight. Or maybe I should have a file. Like, can I move my... Yeah, I could probably, just for fun, I'm gonna say stop. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna delete that. I could probably just set a marker. Can I set a marker there? Okay, I can adjust in the bottom here. Can I create a marker? Can I create a marker here? With the position head. Hold on, I forget how to create a marker. Well, I will need to figure that out another time, but definitely have see how you can work out your way around that. And actually, I'm gonna ask you guys. I was thinking the other day. I keep forgetting that my name's gonna pop up every time I push that scene. It's funny. press the I. I don't see where it is. It's in the... Oh, it's in this one? Thank you, Tom, by the way. I don't see the I. The capital I. Maybe I need to... No, this is the status, so it's stop. Do I need... Okay, I need to be on play mode. I can start my position here. I feel like if I'm pressing record, it's gonna record over my track. Okay, got an error here. But it needs to be rolling for me to press I, because if I go here, I cannot press record. You know, I can do markers. If I go here, can I... Nope, not at all. Let it play and... Okay, press play and then I... Okay, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna ask that feature. And it's also something that I wanted to go over. I feel... Could be wrong. Give me your opinion, guys, here. I feel like because of the SD card in that recorder, Behringer should develop some kind of tape recorder inside here. Something really simple, like mostly a tape. You have the two option. I don't remember where is it in setting? Sorry, I'm derating here. I think Behringer should have a option to have select, record, and play per track. So I could, let's say, just for fun, create a session, bring it back to the beginning, let it play, and like a tape recorder, record to an unused track and allow me to do overdub. Like if I wanted to record with only a console, no DAW. I think this is doable. I don't think the architecture of the console will limit that. Let's say if you have 32 track, you select. Yeah, not really like DAW control on the recording, but just like track arm on or off. Like you could, let's say, record a band of 16, maybe on one USB card. Record 16 track of your band, have another 16 track that you can patch, like in the patch, and have them record with the possibility of punching in, out. DAW control in the SD recording. Hold on, you guys tell me that it's something that exists? Can I do that already? And I feel stupid now. Is it already available? If it is, show me around. I'm looking at DAW control. Hold on. I'm gonna dig here. I feel stupid. Yeah? Okay, interesting from Rob here. Not possible due to the multi-track WAV file. Single track is a pain for the SD card since it can handle multiple stream well. That makes sense. because I know when recording video, I can, let's say, I can send to the card the maximum input of the card speed is 100 megabytes per second, and read time and write and read time at the same time. Maybe it's not, I mean, I'm pretty sure the console can do it. It would be a case of the in and out of the interface of the card itself is not fast enough, right? Like it's not as fast as a M.2 drive, which is basically can read and write 3 gigabytes of data per second, and even the new one goes to 6, like Gen 4 M.2 are just crazy fast for now. But maybe an option card where you just load in your M.2 drive and it play, because I think the speed of the expansion slot can do it. Well, actually it can, because the USB would allow you to do that. I don't know. I'm just throwing something here. But yeah, you get the idea. I don't think it's that, like, software-wise, it's not that complicated. There is, like, basically nothing. You just play, record, arm. It's just basically record or play. State on 2 tracks. But it would need to read 32 tracks at the same time, 32 different tracks. I don't know. Maybe some info guys have an answer for that. Maybe it's possible. I don't know. Single streams are fast. Multiple streams, not so fast. So it does scale. Go to DAW and press the transport button. What are we talking about, Tom? DAW section, it's this one right here in the custom control. If I go in the DAW, I believe I could be wrong, but I think this this is only for DAW control, to control like a DAW, like Logic. I don't think, or if I go, let's say SD recorder, the SD recorder, I have some option here. I have go to marker. I can choose session, can make marker, return to 0. Multi-transport button. I feel like I'm not in the right space. Yeah, I can control the SD recorder. I knew that. But basically my ID is not available, like, due to physical restriction from maybe not the console, because I'm pretty sure it can output, well, it can output that much data at the same time. But it's the random write and read that creates the problem here, as far as I understand. Okay. Oh yeah, set the marker. Oh, okay. Well, I don't. Okay, let me ask you, Tom. If I say set a marker Is it next marker? Add marker. I'm going to try that. Actually, I'm pretty sure I can do it from here, where I have my... hold on. I can do it here. Let's say set marker. I was thinking two different things here, Tom. I thought you were explaining me a way to do it. Hold on. Okay, now if I say add marker, no, I need to press play on the SD card. I'm gonna go back to the console view. If I press my session, can I create a 0 marker? Maybe not. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, hold on. Let me clean that up. Delete. So I created a 0 marker. Good. I can go back to my SD card, change my position, and set another marker. Okay, I created a loop without having it play. Makes sense. I still feel like we're missing a knob here. Question here from M. Gort. If I may ask, is there an option to lock a specific part of the console? For example, matrix field. You only see my face, Rob? From Gort here, I think I know where you want to go here. There is no option to lock, like physically lock your master or set a limiter on your matrices and lock it there. I would say if you have a unexperienced user, somebody did that to me a long time ago. He just took off he set his master and he took it out of the user interface. You can probably do that if you select a bank of fader, and I'm gonna, just for fun, I'm gonna take away my master. Now I'm gonna go into my right section of the console, or can I do this? Help me out, guys. Can you, on the master section, have access? Or I need to do this. Okay, I need to do this. I need to press the view button on the master section, and I could probably just take them off. Is there any way to put a blank there? Empty. Yeah, basically, I get why you want to do this, Mr. Gort. It's because you want to lock your mixer and not have anybody play around with your crossover setting or go too loud. Yeah, I would just personally set your main. I don't know. I'm going to replace mine right now with DCA. Can you see in the bottom right now? No, it's not working. Hold on. Hold on. Is it main? Oh, okay, I got it. It's in the, when you press your main section, the view button, if you hold it down, it will pop up to that screen. Actually, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'm gonna hold main on the right. I'm gonna select layer main, and I'm just gonna pop up, just for fun, like the same DCA everywhere. Yeah, sorry, Rob. So basically, yeah, I got something on a console, and I can show you if you give me a sec. I'm my own camera operator here. You can't see it. Sorry, I'm not gonna go out of focus. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna show it with my camera. Sorry for all the shakiness. So right now in my main section, even if I'm selected on the main here, I changed that from the default USB from the default main to a DCA. Why did I say USB here? Because I unplugged my USB to do this. Okay, so you can probably you can probably do that kind of trick to a beginner. Back to my lovely face. You can probably do that trick to a beginner, but if you end up with like a guy like me, that kind of game playing could go against you, honestly. like it happened to me before where I don't want to go with any name, but an opening act didn't. I was with the opening act, and the headliner didn't want us to go louder or sound as good, so they play around with the PA, they play around with the EQ, they cut down the subs, and they boosted like a weird mid so that we don't sound better or louder or bigger than them. I knew my way around the console enough back then that I did them I've give them the same treatment. I overwrite the guy's file and I put the same EQ on his master. So it took him like 2 songs before he realized, and I was like, yeah, don't do that kind of cheating, man. Anyway, this is something that I don't miss about live shows. Bad PA tech and bad local crew. I've welcomed a lot of people in my life, a lot of bands from everywhere. Always be nice to them. They will be nice to you. Vice versa. Always be nice, man. Having a bad attitude. Actually, if I show up to your place and you ask me to don't go over a certain amount of dB and to not blow your sub and to be good with you, if you ask me politely, you have way more chance that I would do it. Also, if you bring up a coffee asking me that. Anyway, to answer your question, Gort, yes, you can probably make that disappear if you have beginner and you don't want to blow your system, or if you are in a school and you don't want your local kid to blow up your PA. This is something that you can do. Just make the matrices disappear from the console and limit your master, so they will be dB limited, volume wise limited, and EQ will be locked too. What happened in the chat? Because they included some speaker filter in the last batch, I honestly don't see the purpose. All those settings will be overwritten when changing the preset. Well, those wouldn't. Yeah, like Tom said, you would need to have those recall safe. And yes, okay, yeah, this is something totally different. I didn't actually do a lot of recall safe, so just for fun. Hold on. Now I've tricked myself. I don't know where my main is. I'm just gonna go main and go bus, and I'm gonna put my main back here. There we go. So let's see, just for fun, how do you make recall safe your master? I'm gonna go with a really big guess here and say put that on recall safe. This is my 2 main channel, and I think they are recall safe. If I pop up my console view in the recall scope, they are in red here. So, yeah, those will be recall safe. And I'm gonna guess global safe would just eliminate. Yeah, it just eliminate everything. So yeah, don't want to do that. But you can put them on recall safe. If you use your matrices as a crossover, honestly, go recall safe. Once you work, you work your PA, you don't want anything to happen to that. Would it be good to have a built-in dB meter in the console? Yeah, but how do you... A dB meter is working by a reference. You need to tune those. You need to have, like, let's say... Do I have my microphone here? I'm running a MM1 from Bayer Dynamic as a reference microphone, but this microphone has a sensibility. It needs a certain amount of gain, and a dB meter will also have the need to be tuned to... You need to reference it to something. It will not be good. Yeah, I think we're talking about a SPL meter here. You need to have it referenced to something. So this is why... Actually, I'm going to show you guys. I'm having an app on my phone, and say whatever you want about the app on your phone. But I'm using this little lovely sound meter. I'm using this for one reason and one reason only. This is the same thing that the city of Montreal, which is the only city who's applying dB limitation here. I know it sounds crazy for you guys in Europe, but being in North America, we don't have much limitation when it comes to dB. The only place that I have a dB limitation, actually two. The first one that I'm thinking is the city of Montreal. I cannot do an event over 105 at 100 meter. My event, everything, like people cheering, my PA should not go over 105 at 100 meter. And yeah, the sad thing, we also have a big park in Montreal, who said Parc Jean Drapeau, where I'm doing Osheaga, Heavy Montreal, all those big Montreal festival. It was limited to 95. Because of the city next to it on the other side of the river complained too much. Now it's limited to 80, 80A, 96C, or the other way around. I never remember which one it is, because I don't need to care that much about DBSPL. Well, I do for my here, but I don't go crazy about it. Anyway, yeah, I think it's 80. It's 80 full range. 80 full range. No. 96 full range, 80 limited range. I don't remember which one it is, A or C. At the console. If you ask me, this is a little ridiculously low, but that's what it is. That's the law, and as a local guy there, I have to obey that. But to measure that, the people around the city use that app. This is the reference app. It's called... it's this one right there, the little N logo, the Noshi, NIOSH SLM. This is the app that I'm using. This is the same thing that they're using. So if I'm respecting this, I'm on the same page as the city. Everything is good. I also have an old Natty meter, but I don't think it's as good as this one or other one. The old Natty, it's an old analog one. So I think after I got that thing probably for over 10 years, and I think the condenser mic suffered a little bit from being left in my car. Guillaume explained it right. Well, I don't know. Okay, we could, like, let's say just for fun, in the setting here, we have some RTA. Oops, sorry, I'm gonna go back to console, and I need that music to follow for the next one. I need to have my music to follow to this. Oh, hold on. I just realized something. What's that cut thing? Oh, it's just a low cut on the main? For a second, I thought it was like a filter, like a crossover filter that you could apply on the main. I know you can do it with speaker management, but I thought for a second it was there. Um, anyway, the same way we have RTA stuff in the console, the same way we could have an SPL meter, but it would need to be tuned to something. You would need to have, let's say, a 3-point reference, or the console will need to know which microphone that you have and how much gain sensibility is in use for that case. So, I mean, it could. I know some like DBX, the old DBX unit, the one that come with RTA microphone, add some kind of SPL meter built in. Honestly, it would be such a pain to tune to have it right. It would work. I mean, you can basically do it yourself, and you can just take a microphone, plug it in the back, and take some note for yourself and say, oh, when it's minus 18 dB, it's that many dB, that SPL, and when it reaches 0, it's that many SPL. You can do the math yourself, but I mean, it won't be precise. This is why I'm using the app, because, well, first, it makes everybody on the same page, and also I'm gonna guess that this company is good enough that they check out the iPhone speaker or microphone. They check out the iPhone microphone and they kind of make it average. Again, it could be wrong, but anyway, yeah, could be a cool feature, but it will be a pain to add, I think. Let me know. I know I have two guys here who know their way around the console. With Rob and Tom. Give me your opinion, guys. What do you think? You see that something? Is it something that is useful for you? I know both of you guys are in Europe, and I know you have way more dB limitation than we do here. Because here, as soon as like I said, when I'm on the island of Montreal, this is the only place where we have dB limitation. Gotta go back to this. Like, other than that, nobody care about dB, especially if you go out of the city. Some promoter like it loud, some promoter like it way too loud, and some bands like it way too loud. Here we have a rocker guy, or one of our biggest seller here in Quebec, who is famously loud. Like, I welcome him a couple times. On stage, we're reaching about 120 dB on stage. The band is in your monitor, but the guy's still rocking out cabs. And the lead singer, which is the main act, which is the guy, he's running 4 double 15 old GBL monitors, only for his vocal, with at least a full PA on side field. His vocal, he's 120 dB on stage. I actually asked the guy one time can I have the mic and can I try it? I tried it without the band. It's crazy. When the subs kick in, it feels like somebody is pushing on your rib on each side with like the pressure of the microphone. If you go just one good hey in the mic, it just like whoa, fill the air around you. This is the kind of thing we're still dealing with. So imagine the guy at the front need to overcome that, to overcome the stage volume and try to do a mix over that. So this is the thing that we are used to here. 110 dB is happening a lot on a festival. I try to keep myself below 110. 107 is usually my sweet spot. I don't know why. I just naturally feel it's loud enough. So, yeah. LAQ is a vital part. LAQ 3, LAQ 10, LAQ 60, I think. I'm not sure to keep up with you here, Rob. What's the LEQ? What are we talking about? There exists a SPLEQ feature using example there exists a SPLEQ feature requiring using example. Okay, where would that be? Is it in the console? SPLEQ something? SPL over registered time? Is that? Are we talking about the wing here? I'm not sure. Sorry, I degraded a lot speaking about my my too loud guy story. Let me know. I'm gonna look just for fun. Is it in tool? Could it be? No, tool would be for copy paste. Setting. SPLEQ. EQ over time. Okay, it's in the wing request list. Okay. Okay, good. Well, if it's on the list, great. But yeah, you would need to have the right microphone. The EMC 8000 is the reference mic from Behringer. Okay, I'm gonna say it. If you guys didn't have the chance, go take a good look on Google for the EMC 8000 A/B test. Well, somebody took like 60 mic, probably a guy who was working in the store, and basically reference out all those microphones. And the EQ curve that you get on those is like all over the place. I like Behringer. I like to point out when they're doing good stuff. Maybe I don't want to say anything bad here, but the EMC 8000, let's just say the consistency between the microphone is not the same. It will vary a lot, like 30 dBs. Okay, interesting here from Tom. Use an iPhone for SPL if you need it for your interest. Yes, this is actually the only reason why I'm using it, because everybody using the same reference, so everybody's phone is pretty much tuned to 1 dB to the same. Go buy a Nutric if you need something. If you need something that will give you accurate result. Okay, yeah, definitely. Then I would bet more money on the Nutric one, for sure. Well, I think we reached the end of our stream, guys. Actually, we've been streaming for 2 hours. I feel strange because I was prepared to do only half an hour today, and I didn't have much prepared. So it's a cool thing that you guys showed up and we just had a good time. I'm curious to see how in the replay this thing's gonna go. I use the audio tools from Digital 6 on my iPhone. Is that an external microphone, Tom? Rob, sorry. I don't know why I'm mixing up your name today, guys. I'm gonna guess this is an external one that you can just plug in the 1/8 of the, or 1/8. Yeah, what I'm talking about. This thing doesn't exist anymore. 1/8 on phone. Actually, this is the one thing that pissed me off the most about it. Is I like to have my 1/8 on my phone because I used to plug my phone somewhere and have my 1/8 out, and now I can charge my phone and have some background music playing. So now I'm having an SD card. Actually, I need to make myself an SD card with a 2-track on it and have some background music. Oh, it's an app from Digital 6. Okay. Is it working fine with the internal mic? Do you guys need to have like a... Because, okay, I need to do a video about this, but I'm gonna give you a sneak preview here. If you guys ever want to do great sounding video on the cheap, this is a USB to Lightning adapter. They sell this as a camera kit from Apple. If you plug it in your phone like this, if you plug the console in the back, it will actually send out a 2-track, or probably more than that, but at least a 2-track to your video. So if you want to record really good sound quality, a live show of your band, I normally bring out a clip that I can put on the stand. It's in my storage room now, but I have a small clip where I can put my iPhone on a stand, and I could basically put this in front of me, having the USB out of the back of the console, and record straight digital onto my video if I want to do this, or just do a small, well, if I were to do it on a SD card, I would do it on a USB, but instead you can basically have a show ready or a live stream ready set up with just your phone, USB plugged in the back, and there we go. And as far as I know, it's still working with any iOS device that you have with USB, so... the internal on my device is considered to be one of the good for most purpose. Only problem is that it can handle over 128 dB SPL. Yeah. Once you're at 120, you don't need to go louder anyway. I mean, who are you, Motorhead? Seriously, I did one time. I don't remember the name of the band, but it was like one of those really heavy doom metal band, and I was a monitor guy on that gig. I was on stage and not in front of the amp, on the side of the stage with earphones on. I only had my in-ear with a pair of headphones over it, so I was still lowering the dB for myself, but I was reading with my phone 122. So I was maxing it out on the side of the stage, not even in front of the amp. These stacked on stage, just so you guys know, for those of you who play music, the guitar player had 2 Soldano head with 2 cabs each, and he was running an 810 MPEG bass amp in his rig for his sound. That was the guitar setup. And the bass player was the other way around. He had 2 full stack 810 MPEG, the old 300 watt head, and he was running a Soldano with 2 cabs, 2 412 cabs. And they were like, no, I'm not gonna say cranked to 11 because that doesn't mean anything, but they were running it at like 7. They were running full volume on those things. The drummer was buried. Physically, the drummer on stage could not keep up with the amp. It was crazy. If you have 120 dB, you have other problem. Exactly. And I was at monitor, and I was only giving out the feed. The guy in the front actually said, I don't care if there's a monitor guy. I want to do the monitor from the front. Those guys are way too loud. You're going to have a hard time. I still proposed myself to do it because I did my fair share of metal band. I can, especially since I knew the place on the monitor. I had the really good, the GBL, the 930, was it the 932? I had enough of those. I have 8 monitor there, plus the side field, plus a pair of old 15s that I put on the drum. So I have enough monitoring to kill pretty much anybody, or give them enough. But the guy said, I want to do it, and I was just basically monitoring his level. I said to the guy, cool, if you want to do it, I'll let you do your mix for your artist. It's your right. It's the artist's right to have their monitor guy. And as long as you don't clip my amp or go too loud, have a good day. So, yeah, the guy basically cranked. He tried to match the vocal of the guy level-wise with what they were hearing on the front of the stage with the amp. Because the amp were still like 20 feet behind the guys. So, far but not that far. And yeah, I was like monitoring levels because I was not hearing it. There's no way at all I would have put my earphone up at 120 dB. But it was crazy loud. Okay, the iPhone microphone is peak 120 SPL, so it can't misread very loud sources. Anyway, like you said, when you're over 120 dB, you have other problems. I did not care. Anyway, on this note, I don't know which note it is. Is it A when I'm speaking? Anybody has a pitch in the chat? No. On this note, boo. It's a good note. I think I'm funny, sorry. Thank you guys for being here. It was fun hanging out with you. I hope you have a good day or good evening, because most of you in the chat that are active are in Europe. Thank you guys. Take care of yourself. And I will see you later. After I need to move over to my computer and show you my new outro. I've spent time on this. Take a listen at least. Listen to it once. After that, you can skip. See ya. Take care, guys. See you next week.